Good day, my amiable subscribers and viewers. Thank you all for being there. About fitness. It's my pleasure to be having this episode again with you guys. So today I'll be looking at sugar, the effect of sugar, how to manage the consumption of sugar, and how do we live with its consumption, not to have its effect on our body and overall health. Just in front of me here, I've got the white substance, this is sugar, and I've also got this honey. So sugar is a form of carbohydrate used as a sweetener by most food companies and drink beverages companies to keep these things sweeter. Now, one thing I know about this sugar, when you consume it, you want to consume more and more of it. So in other words, it is addictive. And when something is addictive, it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. So now, in order to have this monitored and controlled, I'll be taking us through this episode, letting us know the effects. So first of all, I want to start with the negative effect of sugar. One, sugar leads to so many cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, heart issues. Sugar leads to cancer. Uncontrolled consumption of sugar leads to cancer. Like we all know, everything we consume, everything we do, we should do in moderation. So now when we control our sugar consumption, it gives us an enlightenment to know that, yes, we value our health. Number three, sugar leads to various forms of infertility-related concerns, both in males and females. Sugar leads to fattening of our important organs like the kidney, the liver, the pancreas. Sugar also leads to so many cancerous growths. Sugar leads to obesity, irrational bloating out fat, inappropriate growth of fat in our body, obesity. Sugar also, when consumed to some level, will lead to bloating of your tummy. So in other words, I would encourage us to think and always look at the content of the drinks, the description of the ingredients of whatever is used to produce a particular food before we consume. Sugar, this white substance, has led to many cases that are uncontrollable. Sugar, this particularly, also leads to diabetics, very dangerous form of sickness, leads to stroke. So please, maybe viewers, today I'm urging us to have a reasonable thought of how much sugar we consume in our body. If by any chance we've consumed it out of available substance or whatever, we just need to eat something, we always have an alternative, and that is this brown substance, honey. Also, this honey should be consumed in moderation. I tell you, it's better you consume honey than to consume sugar. And before you consume honey, make sure you consume real source of honey gotten from the bee itself. Thank you. Okay, we move over to the management of this sugar consumption. Always get yourself hydrated. Always get yourself hydrated. That means drink as much water as possible. Drink as much water as possible. Water helps to keep the pH level. The pH level is a balanced level between the acidity and the alkalinity of our body. It keeps the pH level at a balance. So please, always the pH level of our system, of our blood system, it keeps it in balance. So always consume enough water as much as you can. Now, that is where comes the value of fruit consumption, vegetables, and exercises in control of sugar consumption. Now, fruit is another form of substances that have got digestible forms of sugar in forms of sucrose, fructose, and other forms. When we consume fruits, also certain fruits should be consumed in moderation. Like mangoes are very high in the sugar level. So if you're consuming mangoes, you should make sure that mangoes you're consuming, you consume that also in moderation. Mango has got high level of sugar in it, so you should watch how much mango you consume. But one of the best fruits that helps to really keep the sugar consumption level in check is the berry. Berries are awesome. They control the overall consumption level of sugar in our body. So berries are one choice of fruit that we should always look at. Now, vegetables, cucumber, tomatoes, pumpkin, carrots, these are awesome, and asparagus and other forms of vegetable. These are awesome. They are good in controlling the sugar level, because sugar not only found in this added form by manufacturers or this white form, it is also found in carbohydrates that we consume. Also, when we consume carbohydrates, they are awesome. They also contain digestible forms of sugar. So like yam, potatoes, cocoyam, these have got forms of digestible forms of sugar. So they are ideal to consume them. Another thing we should also do, we should also eat food that are also rich in fiber. Food that are rich in fiber, we're talking about food like the peanuts, cashew nuts, walnuts. All these foods are high in fiber. They also help to stabilize the sugar level of our blood system. Don't forget, you must always work out. You must always work out. The value of workout exercises, 10 minutes, 15 minutes would never be underrated in terms of overall well-being of the body. So after all this consumption of various forms of food, we should ensure that we carry out various forms of aerobic activities to keep our body all in check. The sweat that is being excreted out from our body is known to contain so many poisonous substances. That is why they are being excreted. And once these things are excreted, it helps to keep the overall composition of our body in check, thereby keeping our health status in overall optimum performance. So now, like I've said, I'll urge us, please and please, for the sake of your health, minimize in all forms the consumption of this white substance called sugar. Rather, substitute it with minimal consumption and in moderation of this brown substance called honey. Sugar is also found in drinks, carbonated drinks. Please minimize your consumption of carbonated drinks as well. Please. Sugar has done so many harm than good to people. So many young people today, in the near future, in the next 10 years, 15 years, they will be passing through diabetic complaints. Not only diabetic complaints, you see some elderly people at the age of 40, 45, 50 years, they are already, stroked by stroke. They are stroked by stroke already. So please, we should ensure that we minimize what we consume. Perhaps we've consumed sugar over years from when we were a child, from our childhood days, but at the age when we become adults, please, it's advisable to check what goes into our system, because whatever has gone into the system, the worst of it all is that it will get excreted, but some of it will go through our bloodstreams and perform its healthy functions. So that is why I'm pleading with you, giving you these tips to ensure that you minimize the consumption of this white substance called sugar. Sugar. We should control it at all costs. So with this point of mind, I've been able to let us know how much negative effect sugar has on our body. I've also assisted us with getting an alternative means, which is a honey, which can be consumed in moderation. Alternative means of also getting sugar, good forms of carbohydrates. Alternative means of also getting sugar in our body, fruits and vegetables. Then, of all, to keep all this in checks, you must carry out exercises. Thank you for watching. Please share, please subscribe and follow. Come back to my channel again, as I'll be giving us more tips on how to stay healthy and stay fit ahead of our dreams in life. Thank you, Bad Fitness.